Time to see who's next tonight to play for a possible £1 million. Let's meet our 10 brand new contestants. They are Ian Tomlinson from East Yorkshire, Jill Howard from Hertfordshire, Rob Stenning from Oxfordshire, Tim Beale from Warwickshire, Steve Devlin from Belfast, Danny Winterhall from Surrey, Rob Street from Nottinghamshire, Nicola Thorpe from London, Brian Moore from Cumbria, and Steve Webb from Essex. Right, here we go. Fastest finger first. Whoever puts the 4 answers in the correct order in the fastest time is next. They play for a possible £1 million. Complete silence, please, in the audience so they can concentrate. Fastest finger first. Here comes the question. Starting with the earliest, put these authors in the order they were first published. So 4 authors coming up. We want the order they were first published, starting with the earliest, coming towards the present day. Here they are. Daniel Defoe, Walter Scott, Salman Rushdie, Ernest Hemingway. OK, starting with the earliest, 4 authors then. Farthest back in time, Daniel Defoe, sometime in the 18th century. Then it was Walter Scott in the 19th century. Hemingway in the 1920s, his first publication. And then Salman Rushdie in the 1970s. That's the right order. Now, all these got it right of our remaining 9. How many? Not all of them at all, only 3. Steve Devlin was fastest in 6.04 seconds. Steve, what up? It's not coming again, wasn't it? Play for £1 million. Yeah. Come on, of course. Here we go. Next contestant is Steve Devlin, who's unemployed at the moment. He's from Belfast in Northern Ireland. Up in the audience is his mate Joe. Now, Steve's had a variety of jobs, including process working and sewer maintenance, where he says he did a lot of shoveling work. Steve says that he wants to be on the show tonight so that he can become one of the idle rich instead of being one of the idle poor. And actually, Steve, it's fair to say you came before, because I remember you coming about 18 months ago?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
And this is quite true, isn't it? You came in from Belfast, big lad like yourself, and you were so nervous that you actually basically went home again.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a true story, isn't it?
It is, indeed.
Feel better tonight? Well, you're obviously better tonight because you're in the chair.
Well, yeah, I do, yeah.
OK, well, fingers crossed, lots of luck tonight.
OK.
He's got 15 questions, £1 million. If he gets all 15 right. He's got 3 brand new lifelines. He's got 50-50. He's got phone a friend, and he can ask this audience. OK, Steve, lots of luck. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? OK, Steve, for £100, question number 1. Which of these is the name of a famous American TV presenter and comedian? Emerald Cement, Diamond Gum, Ruby Wax, Sapphire Glue.
Ruby Wax.
Ruby Wax, the right answer. You got £100. Well done, Steve. It's already £100 more than you made last time. Have a look. Question number 2 for £200. You've got those lifelines. Use them if you have to. You probably won't need them. What are muslin and chenille? Santa's reindeer, computer viruses, fabrics, or 1980s folk duo?
Fabrics.
It's the right answer. You got £200. See, you're starting to get the taste for this now, aren't you? Have a look at question number 3. It's for £300. You've still got those lifelines. Soho is a famous area of which English city? London, Manchester, Birmingham, Newcastle.
London.
London's the right answer. You got £300. OK, question number 4 for £500. You're 2 away from a guaranteed 1,000 to take back to Northern Ireland. You've got all 3 lifelines. This is for £500. Here it is. What kind of drink is scrumpy? Ale, wine, brandy, cider.
Cider.
Cider, you obviously like it. You got £500. I tell you what, you're like in our water. I've never seen anyone drink the water so fast. You got through a whole glass. You want a top up from me?
Yeah,
Got some
please,
money.
yeah, do it. Yeah, thanks. Good man.
You drank a whole glass in 4 questions there. Okay, it'll be all right. I've kept my teeth in it. Have a look. Question number 5. Question number 5 is for £1,000. Steve, you give me a right answer to this, you go back to Belfast with at least £1,000, which is a lot better than last time you came. You got 3 lifelines. Have a look at this. What is the modern term for a type of energetic, rough and ready rock music? Garage, shed, greenhouse, conservatory.
Garage.
It's the right answer. You got £1,000. Well done, Steve Denton. I was just reaching out there for my glass of water. I just realised I poured it all in yours. Right, you got £1,000. Feel better?
Yeah.
Glad you came back?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Listen, you conquered your nerves. You're back here. You're guaranteed to go home with £1,000. Steve, I think you might do rather better than that. You're 10 away from £1 million. You've got all 3 lifelines. When you're playing this at home back in Northern Ireland, which I know there's a huge amount of people in Ireland watch this show, how do you do? I mean, away from all the, the nerves and the worry of the studio, how do you normally do?
I've often got their quarter of $1 million. How often? Not every time, of course, but often.
OK, so let's see. You're feeling a lot calmer tonight.
Yeah,
You've
sure,
got £1,000 guaranteed. You've got all those lifelines. Let's have a look at question number 6. It's for £2,000. What shape is each cell of a honeycomb? Triangular, rectangular, pentagonal, hexagon.
Hexagonal, Chris.
Final answer.
Yeah, hexagonal.
It's the right answer. You got 2,000. Okay, question number 7 is for £4,000. You still got 50-50. You can still phone a friend. You can still ask this audience. You're 9 away from a possible £1 million. You glad you came back?
Indeed, yeah.
Thought you would be. This is question number 7 for £4,000. Have a look at this. What is the name of the official report of the proceedings of the Houses of Parliament? Handel, Hansard, Hanson, Handfast.
Hansard.
You knew this as soon as it came up, didn't you?
Yeah.
So a little sparkle coming through your glasses. Final answer?
Yeah, Hansard.
It's good. You got 4,000. What's old Joe got to do with this then?
Just a neighbour, and he's kind of here tonight as a kind of a, to keep me out of the bar.
Steve, have a look at question number 8. It's for £8,000. What nationality is the former tennis champion Bjorn Borg? Finnish, Danish, Swedish, Norwegian. Bjorn Borg. Finnish, Danish, Swedish, Norwegian. It's worth £8,000.
I'll ask the audience, Chris.
OK. Audience, on your keypads, please. Let's try and get Steve up to £8,000. First lifeline is needed. This is the question. What nationality is the former tennis champion Bjorn Borg? A, Finnish, B, Danish, C, Swedish, D, Norwegian. It's worth £8,000. All vote now. That's quite high. Then they were quite high on violin. Seems a long time ago now. They weren't that high, actually. 90% is high.
I'll go with that.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Looks good, yeah.
Steve, you've just won £8,000. You are definitely now setting up a record as the man who drank more water on the show. I'm sorry it's only water. There'll be something stronger later.
Later.
Right, question number 9 is for £16,000. This is getting to be serious money. Steve, you give me a wrong answer here, you would drop £7,000. So take your time, have a look at it. You obviously don't have to play this. You can walk away with £8,000. You can use both lifelines and still walk away. This is for £16,000. Question number 9 of a possible 15. Which of these words can mean fate or destiny? Kitsch, kibbutz, kismet, kimono.
It's Kismet.
How do you know?
Must have read it somewhere. Something like that.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Sure?
Absolutely.
It's the right answer. You got £16,000. Well done. what, Steve? You don't seem like the same man. You seem incredibly calm today.
A bit of yoga and stuff, you know, between then and now, you know.
Yeah. Did you get a lot of ribbing from your mates as well?
A bit, some, you know, but it's really...
They're probably quite understanding, actually.
Yeah, it is. This is the apprehension is worse than this now, this reality, you know, because you're aware of what you could really change your life here, you know.
Steve, I don't want you to lose this money. If you gave me a wrong answer at this point, you would drop £15,000. You have to understand that. You're guaranteed 1,000. You can obviously walk away with 16,000. You can play that phone a friend, you can use that 50-50 and still walk away with a cheque for £16,000. But the next question is worth £32,000. I'll be delighted to write you out a cheque on the spot if you can give me the right answer to question number 10. Have a look at it. You're 6 away from a possible £1 million. You've got 50-50 and phone a friend left. Here it is. Salop was the name of which county between 1974 and 1980? Salop. Surrey, Suffolk, Somerset, Shropshire. Now it's for £32,000. You'd lose 15 if you give me a wrong answer. What do you think, Steve?
Well, I think Surrey has always been called Surrey, as is Suffolk and Somerset. So I think it must be by elimination. It must be Shropshire.
No play.
Yeah.
You lose 15,000 if you're wrong.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Confident?
Yeah, I think I am. Yeah.
You should be. You just won £32,000. I'm so pleased. There must be pubs in Northern Ireland erupting watching this. I'm sure there are. £32,000, Steve. Whatever happens, you go back tonight to Belfast with that cheque, which if you're unemployed at the moment, I'm sure means a huge amount. What does it mean? £32,000.
Well, that was the safety line. You know, I'm going to gamble now.
I can't believe you're the same bloke who ran away from the show because you were too frightened last. Keep it. Keep your hands on it. Whatever happens, you go home with that. We don't want to give you that. We'd like to give you the next one. Now, Steve, you've got 32,000 guaranteed. You got it there. You've still got a 50-50. You can still phone a friend. This is for 64,000. You are 5 questions away from a possible £1 million. Have a look at question number 11. It's for 64,000. What was the original name of Mickey Mouse? You're nodding. You think you know this?
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
Mortimer.
Mickey Mortimer.
Mortimer Mouse.
Hope it comes up. See what happens. What was the original name of Mickey Mouse? Marlon. Marvin. Mortimer. Montague.
Mortimer.
You want to play?
Yeah.
Final answer.
Final answer.
You just won £64,000. Someone back. Who's had to buy a cheque? Look at this. I don't know whether we can see this. This is the cheque. He's only had it 30 seconds. In amongst that somewhere there is a guarantee cheque for 32,000. The state of that thing. I'll put it there for safekeeping. I don't think I trust you with this money. But, now look, I'll hold the next one for you, right? At this moment, you've got this cheque. Double the money for £64,000. Have a look at that. I'm going to keep this. You can have it at the end if you walk away with it, right? It's £64,000.
Looks good.
Looks very good. Okay, but we don't want to give you that, and I'll put it there for safekeeping. We don't want to give you that. You're 4 questions away from $1 million. You've still got 2 lifelines. And you are getting calmer by the question, aren't you? Extraordinary. Have a look. Question number 12 is worth £125,000. You can phone a friend. You can go 50-50. What is the substance that causes the irritation of a sting by a nettle or an ant? Formic acid, oxalic acid, ascorbic acid, folic acid. The substance that causes the irritation of a sting by a nettle or an ant. Formic acid, oxalic acid, ascorbic acid, folic acid. One of those is worth £125,000.
It's formic acid, Chris.
Why are you so sure? Are you gambling now, are you sure?
I'm sure of this.
Final answer.
Yeah.
You know you lose 32,000 if you're wrong. You just won £125,000. You are the most amazing man. See that check there for 64,000?
Okay.
You've now got a check at this moment for 125,000. Are you glad you came back?
Yeah, I'm indeed.
I thought you might be. Have a look. Don't you touch it. You only tear it. I'm going to look after it for you. Okay?
Looks good. Looks
It
good.
looks very nice. At this moment, you've got a check for £125,000. Can you believe this?
No, it's like gambling money. I used to do a bit of gambling, so it's not real now, but it would be real tomorrow.
Steve, it's real. At the moment, you've got a cheque for £125,000. You are 3 questions away from £1 million. You've got a 50-50. You've got to phone a friend. It'll be a serious phone call. Have a look at the next question. If you give me a wrong answer, you drop £93,000 of the £125,000 you've got at this moment. You're guaranteed 32, but you drop £93,000. If you do decide to play, you don't have to, you can walk away with that cheque. If you do decide to play and you give me a right answer, it's worth £250,000. You've got 2 lifelines. This is question number 13 of a possible 15. Which Charles Dickens novel features the sisters Charity and Mercy Pecksniff? Bleak House, Martin Chuzzlewit, David Copperfield, Hard Times. It's worth £250,000. You've got 2 lifelines.
Phone a friend, Chris.
Okay, now who are you going to phone?
Jim.
Sorry?
Jim.
Jim?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to tell him the amount of money involved?
Yeah.
Yeah? It's your call. Okay? I'll tell him you're playing for £250,000. There are 4 possible answers. Steve, you don't have to take his answer. You can walk away with £125,000. You have still got a 50-50. Where's Jim? Northern Ireland?
Yeah.
Hello.
Jim?
Yes.
Hiya, it's Chris Tarrant here on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire back in London. Good evening.
Good evening.
I've got Steve Devlin here.
Yes.
He's doing rather well.
I'm glad to hear that.
He's on £250,000.
My God.
He's got £125,000 at the moment. Your answer to the next question could win him £250,000.
Well, let's hope it's a good one.
Okay, next voice you hear will be Steve's. Jim, lots of luck with this. Steve, you've got 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
Okay, Jim. Which Charles Dickens novel features the sisters Charity and Mercy Pecksniff? Bleak House, Martin Chuzzlewit, David Copperfield, or Hard Times?
Which
Charles Dickens
Dickens
novel
novel
features the sisters Charity and Mercy Pecksniff? Bleak House, Time's running out, Martin Chuzzlewit, David Copperfield, or Hard Times? You never know.
You got a 50-50. You can still walk away with this money. You can play a 50-50 and still walk away.
50-50, Chris.
Okay, computer, take away 2 wrong answers. Leaves Steve the right answer and the 1 remaining wrong answer. One of those is worth £250,000. One of them will cost you £93,000. You're guaranteed £32,000. Take as long as you need. Which Charles Dickens novel features the sisters Charity and Mercy Pecksniff? Martin Chuzzlewit or David Copperfield? It's worth £250,000.
I'll play.
You don't have to.
Well, play.
Steve, you've got £125,000 at the moment. You can walk away with that. If you're wrong, you lose £93,000.
Go for B. Martin Chuzzlewit.
Why?
Vague memories of David Copperfield, and I can't remember those characters in it, but I may be wrong. That's play. Go for B. Martin Chuzzlewit.
Final answer.
Final answer.
You're unemployed at the moment. You had a panic attack last time you came on the show and went back home. You've just won $250,000.
Good man.
Good God.
That's some note there.
£250,000. Hey Steve, welcome back. How are you feeling now?
Very happy.
You are the master of understatement. Yeah, I'm very happy, yeah. £250,000. Have a look at that. Don't touch it, you crumple it. Okay, now.
It's good.
Steve, yeah, it's good, yeah, it's good. You can walk home, obviously. Well, walk home, you could fly home on Concorde, I think you could charter it. You can go home with £250,000. Have a look at the next question. We don't want to give you that. Obviously, you can walk away with that. You've got no lifelines left. But you are 2 questions away from taking £1 million back to Northern Ireland. Question number 14 is for £500,000. You're guaranteed £32,000. If you give me a wrong answer to this question, you lose £218,000. Why are you laughing?
I've no well, unless I'm really certain, I've no intention of risking any more. Yeah.
I think Joe's getting very thirsty. Right, Steve, take your time. Have a look at question number 14. It's worth £500,000. Here it is. Which famous aircraft was designed by Reginald Mitchell? Camel, Lancaster, Comet, Spitfire. You frighten me.
Just D. Spitfire.
If you're wrong, you lose £218,000. That's all I'm going to say to you.
I don't think I am.
It's quite important to be quite certain on this.
Mitchell's Spitfire, man.
For $500,000, you want to play?
Yeah.
Final answer.
Final answer, Spitfire.
You just won £500,000! £500,000!
Yeah.
And you ran away last time!
Probably.
Sit yourself down! Just incredible. This is the guy who ran away last time he had a panic attack. Have a look at question number 15 of 15. It's worth $1 million. In 1912, former US President Theodore Roosevelt was a candidate for which political party? Bull moose, bull dog, bull elephant, bull frog. It's worth £1 million.
I think I know this. The more I look, the more sure I am, you know.
Tell me what you're thinking.
I think it's bull moose.
Why?
Any of the others don't seem to have any great connection with the States, you know. There are mooses in Canada, or meese, or whatever you call it.
It's worth £1 million, but Steve, if you're wrong, you lose $468,000.
Take yours.
Yeah, go on, help yourself. Drunk a whole glass already. Take as long as you need, Steve. It's worth £1 million. You don't have to play this. You've got a cheque here for £500,000. £500,000, you can walk away with that money. If you do go for it and give me the wrong answer, you lose $468,000. I can't help you, but those are the choices.
Yeah.
In 1912, former US President Theodore Roosevelt was a candidate for which political party? Bull Moose, Bull Dog, Bull Elephant, Bull Frog. It's worth £1 million.
You know, I'm pretty sure A is the answer, but you know, you mentioned $500,000 is a lot of dough. You know.
It's entirely up to you, Steve. It's a huge amount of money. You've got to check for $500,000.
Yeah, but it's really you know, I could do a great deal with $500,000, and I could do some with 30 grand. Like, not quite as much, so I'll take the money. Though I'm pretty confident the answer here is A, Bull Moose.
Okay.
Okay.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Give him a big hand, Steve Dedling. Steve Dedling goes back to Belfast. He was unemployed when he walked in. I have a feeling, Steve, you may never need to work again now. You have a cheque for £500,000. I can tell you, if you'd said to me, Bull Moose, you wouldn't be sitting there with that cheque for £500,000. I would be writing a cheque at this moment for £1 million. It was the right answer. Steve, you've been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's plenty.
£500,000. Just incredible. Thank you, mate. Fantastic. Give him a big hand. Thank you, Steve. Back to Belfast. Fantastic.